Hello. I'm going to give people a few minutes to hop on for those who want to watch. I'm just going to sip my water. Fast forward if you're rewatching. So, for me to do videos on makeup tutorials and talk about what I love is really easy to do. And, at first I was a little bit nervous about sharing a video about the opportunity with Limelight and didn't want to come across as spammy or artificial. So this is going to be some real talk. And if you don't know me, I'm Nicole Herman. I live in Michigan. I've been in cosmetics and makeup artistry for over 17 years. And I've worked for everybody under the sun from MAC, Bobbi Brown, Chanel, Trish McEvoy, you name it. I've worked for them. I've done makeup for weddings, commercials, production, private lessons, and I recently left my corporate job to do freelance 100%, and I had been looking into Limelight since 2015, and back in 2015 I did sign up. I purchased some products, and the sales goals I had with my current job were just overwhelming. I had too much going on, and it wasn't the right timing. So forgot about it, put it in the back burner, and back in November decided I really needed some products for my kit. So when I worked at Nordstrom and for different retailers, I was blessed with tons of gratis. So I was able to really have like pure profits with my kit because everything that I got was pretty much free. So the amount of money I was investing in my kit versus the amount of money I was making was balanced. And so I started to think, oh my goodness, now that I'm doing this 100%, I'm going to have to be smart about what I buy for my kit, about replacing it so that I'm not spending more than I'm making and that I have some true profits. Plus, being that I have a network of over 17 years and I've always believed in relationship selling with my clients, I knew my clients would still be coming to me for advice on which products to use, what's the best, and I would be doing the same thing I've been doing for 17 years, only now losing the opportunity to make a living from it. So if you're a makeup artist, chances are someone has bought a product because you recommended it. Maybe even because you're wearing it. Perhaps they look at your profile pic and they're like, oh my gosh, I love your lip color. What is it? What's your favorite mascara? For me, I could show you text messages, Facebook messages, and emails for people asking me for product suggestions on a daily basis. So if they are, why are you sending them somewhere else? Maybe it's because you just feel like you're not a salesperson. You're an artist, you don't want to sell. You don't want to come across sleazy. You've seen other direct sales companies alienate themselves or friends and family, and I've been a victim of that. I've been that person that I'll open up a message and I just shake my head and like, please, not another person asking me to join their direct sales company. Especially because most of the products that I've been approached about, I don't believe in. I don't even like. So I'm not going to sell something that I don't like. So for me, I kind of worked backwards and I thought to myself, well, no matter what, I know I'm going to need to sell lip products. Because when I do weddings, it's almost a disservice not to have lips for people to purchase. And that's really how you have to look at it. If you look at it as fulfilling your client's needs and not fulfilling your own, then it's not really selling, it's sharing. I mean, how many times if you do bridal makeup, does the client ask you, but what am I going to use to touch up with? I don't have a lipstick, I don't have a gloss, or what if I get shiny? So then you're sending them to Ulta, Sephora, wherever, and they're helping that salesperson make their goal, which is great, but you're not really helping yourself. Exactly. If you love what you sell, it doesn't feel like selling. So I tried these lipsticks out and I thought they were excellent. They were a good price point. They weren't too intimidating. The lip products were vivid, pigmented, and long wearing. Love the lip liners, love the gloss. The packaging back in 2015, I'm not going to lie, it was just okay. So when I revisited the opportunity in 2016, I was impressed to see that the packaging really was improved. I wanted something luxurious for my clients. I've represented some of the top brands in the world. I wanted to make sure it was something that I was proud of. So then I realized too that it's like there's such a huge difference between the best products in a department store and the best products that us pros are exposed to. Most people have never used a true color corrector. Most people don't know what it's like to use professional foundation like RCMA. The pigmentation is amazing, and that's why when we do their makeup, they're blown away by the results and they love the way their skin looks. And why keep that a secret? Why hoard that for ourselves? And that's the other thing that is, I think, a little bit different perspective in finding your niche. I think some people hoard information and they hoard things. They're like, well, if I put myself out there and I do makeup videos, people can steal my ideas. Or if I tell my clients too much about how to do their own makeup, they won't need me anymore. But the reality is that they will love you more and they'll be more loyal to you. Because if you do just bridal makeup, you'll see a bride and it's one and done. I mean, chances are you may never see her again, you may never see the bride or the groom again, you may never see any of them again. Or you could be one of those lucky people who builds a relationship with them and they start referring their friends and family to you, they come to you for their maternity sessions, they come to you for everything. And that's what you really want, because there's always a new market. There's always a new makeup artist who, someone is building a name for herself. But when you create loyalty and build relationships with your client, that's sustainable and it's so much more rewarding. It's so much more fun to get to know my clients and know their best friends and have that intimacy with them. And part of that intimacy is also serving their needs. And so for me, sales isn't just about, oh, how rich can Nikki get? How much can I shove down people's throats with products or spam my network? It's knowing that I have something, I have a gift, and I have something that I can share that will improve people's lives. For my clients that have severe acne or they have rosacea, maybe that's getting in the way of their self-confidence. And although confidence comes from within and beauty comes from within, you have to start somewhere. You have to fake it till you make it. You have to do something, some sort of self-care that helps build you up so you feel like smiling and going out in the world and conquering your day. So to me, sharing these products, sharing the foundation, teaching someone how to improve their skin through a skincare regimen, teaching them how to do their under eyes. I mean, that's a real gift that is fun to share with someone. There's so many different techniques that you can share with somebody in terms of covering up darkness or preventing it from creasing. And there's no fear of someone not needing you. You are a gift. So if you're a makeup artist and you're taking care of your clients' needs and you're building a relationship, you're irreplaceable to them. They will always think of you with fondness every time they put on their blush or they're putting on their under eye concealers and they're able to brighten up their eyes and feel good about themselves. They think of you, and they think of you when they see their other friends struggling. So it will improve not only the bottom line of your business, but the quality and the purpose in your business. But then let's just talk numbers. Let's just talk about cash. Let's talk about it. Because when you're a makeup artist, you're dependent on services. If you don't book, you don't make money. If a production job gets pulled, guess what? The money you were counting on to pay for those bills is gone. I've had it happen many times. Some of the jobs that I was counting on either got pulled, they were shortened, or they were moved to different dates. And then I'm sitting there with don't know how much money I'm going to make this month. Or with a wedding, you don't know. There's so many different factors that can happen. And, I also think about aging. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I think it's really great to age and celebrate your wisdom. But there's certain things about being a freelance makeup artist that are not great. It's not wonderful to pack your kit, lug it around, and try to do 10 people's makeup because you think the more people I do, the more I make. And that type of thinking will burn you out over time. I like quality over quantity. There used to be a time where I thought, gosh, I booked 3 weddings in one day, or I booked every weekend I'm booked. But you burn out. You get exhausted. Your family gets sick of seeing you gone every weekend. Your back hurts. And then you get to a point where you have physical problems from overdoing it and trying to do too much. So what's your backup plan? What's your plan B? What is really your market? So for me, I don't care. You can be more booked than me. That's fine, because I'm building something for myself that's sustainable. And my clients have a really good relationship with me. They trust me. They know that I'm not going to lie to them. I mean, if there's a product that's better, you see in my videos, I talk about products from Guerlain, from Chanel, from Kate Somerville, because there's always going to be something new that's going to serve my clients. But they love that I'm helping serve their needs, and they are loyal to me. So what does that mean? So let's just take something as simple as lipsticks. Let's say you do 15 weddings in a year, and let's say those average 5 people. So between the bride and the bridesmaids, you have 5 people per weddings. Most of the time, they're going to want lips to touch up with, and it really looks good when the bridal party has a nice cohesive look. So if everybody has similar lips and tones, it just looks cohesive. It creates a color story. So let's pretend that out of those weddings, 75 people, you add just an average of $30, and that's a pretty low average, to them adding lip products to that. That's $2,250, which is $787 worth of profits to you. You could end up, maybe you could buy something new with that, but if anything else, you could use that money to reinvest in your kit. You could do a lot of things with it. You could buy the Reiki mirror, a couple of those. But reality is, if they love that lip color, they're going to want to come back to you to replenish it and add. So generally, they might say, well, you know what? When Nicole did my makeup for my wedding, I've never seen my under eye look that bright. I felt so wide awake, and I'm a tired mom, and every day I feel tired looking. I really want to know what she used. So she's going to come back to you and probably not just purchase those products, but want to pay for services too. She'll probably want a makeup lesson. And then as she goes back into her life and people start complimenting her, and a true makeup artist, people don't compliment the products, they compliment the person. So she's going back and her friends are like, have you been on vacation? What's different? Did you get work done? Like they want to know why she's looking so good and why she's carrying herself confidently. Then, she's going to talk about it and tell her friends. Next thing, you've expanded your market and you have more people coming to you for that concealer. And it might start with one product. And that's where I really like the book that I've been reading, because it talks about a penny. So people think that they see the success and they think people started with nothing and they're overnight successes with starting with nothing. But that's not true. You have to start with something. So a penny can be compounded over time and you can earn great money from it. Well, same with that. So it might be just a small lipstick sale and you think, well, gosh, that's a lot of work. Why am I going to want to carry these lipsticks and have them on hand? And by the way, you do not have to have product on hand to succeed in this business. And I have very little product on hand. In fact, right now I have 0 product on hand. I just ship it directly to customers. But for bridal season or for certain services, I do recommend having some favorites on hand because people want instant gratification and they want to be able to use those products that day. Sorry, a little tangent on that. But you take the lipstick, and the lipstick is like the penny. It compounds over time. And so when you just discover a few favorite products and you're sharing those favorites with people and your network is loving them, they're going to come back to replenish with you. They're going to come back for your services, and they're going to add on. Because if you love a product, you're going to come back and say, well, what else do I want to try? Maybe I want to try the eyeshadows. Maybe I'll give the mascara a whirl. I've never seen my complexion look better. It's time I try that foundation. And then that word of mouth business spreads. And the best beauty about word of mouth business is that this isn't just, fishing. You're not just throwing casting your net and hoping something bites and it's a good fit. And for me, for years people have said to me, I don't understand why you don't advertise on the net. Why don't you go on all these bridal websites and you're booked every week? And if you do, good for you. But for me, I really didn't want to I wanted targeted marketing. I didn't want to just answer emails all day from brides who are shopping for the cheapest artist or looking for me to duplicate some picture they found on Pinterest. I want people who like me as a person, who like my work and sought me out. And doing that through network marketing and referral marketing, both with my services and my products, I get a better match with my client. They love me, I love them, everybody's happy. But what this adds up to is if something happens to you and you're injured and you can't perform services, you have a backup plan. You have a stream of income that eventually becomes passive. And it can happen really quickly because chances are if you're watching this video and you're a professional makeup artist, you've been doing this for a really long time. And you have a lot of people that know you. And so for me, I have a large network because I've been doing it for a long time. And I've built relationships with my clients. It's just not one and done. So because of that, in a very short period of time, I've been able to, the first month, make great income, the second month, triple it, and I feel like I can continue to do that. And what's great about that is first, if some reason I become injured or a lifestyle change happens, I'm not dependent on services for my income. I can do a live video and suggest the products that I love and wake up to $200 or $300 worth of orders of people buying products that I suggest. And that's so exciting to me. It's so fun. So if you're even thinking about this a little bit and you're not a salesperson, please feel free to reach out to me. Now here is what I'm going to list next, is when not to join my team. So these are the types of people that I don't want on my team. I don't want someone who's negative. I don't want someone who's drama. I don't want someone who thinks that you have to, that you're just going to make money overnight and that you don't have to do any work. That's not what this is about. There's no secret magic pill to it. This is about, becoming the best at it. So it's about, first and foremost, product knowledge, learning about the products. It's about using them, loving them, being passionate, being authentic with your network, and sharing. And then realizing that if you really love your product, think about it like I'm one of those people that just likes to refer things. If I found a restaurant that's incredible and I know a dish is great, I love to share. If like my gym, I've been going there for 8 years and I have so many friends that love elements of exercise, so I talk about it. I invite people to classes. I'm not profiting off of that. I'm not profiting off of all the restaurants I go to. I just enjoy sharing it, and I love hearing personal recommendations from my friends. And so when you think about that, that's what you're doing when you're an authentic salesperson. It has nothing to do with forcing someone to buy something. People come back to me and they're asking me about the products because they love them. They're talking about them with their friends because they're seeing good results. And they're getting compliments because they're empowered to do it on themselves. And that's the real gift in it. So don't be a stingy makeup artist with your knowledge. There could be a few tricks that you keep for yourself and you keep close to your heart. But overall, by sharing knowledge, it helps your clients appreciate you more, and you become more memorable because every time they do that technique or they get compliments on their makeup, you've just empowered them and made them feel better about themselves. And they're not going to replace you. No one can replace you. So those are some of my tips if you are a makeup artist and you're thinking about doing this business, and perhaps you feel like direct sales has a sleazy name to it, and if you think of sales as sleazy or something you don't want to do, well, just think about how you do it every day. I guarantee you, at least once a day, if you go out with a full face or you're on a job, someone asked you about a product. So why not get paid for it? It just makes sense. And also, if you're going to have a kit, why not stock it with products that are, number one, professional, that work, that perform well, that are compact. And you've seen me show me in videos how this holds 6 different concealers that can do so many different things, and it can minimize my load. But also to set something up for success for when you don't want to do it, for when you're too tired to do 10 people in a day and you don't feel like being booked every weekend. Maybe you want to go to the Bahamas or go to Atlantis, or maybe just sit at home and read a book. I mean, it's like we're obsessed with being busy, and being the busiest person equals success. Success to me is enjoying what you do, being passionate about it, and having time freedom. And that is what this opportunity has ultimately done for me. I mean, I was hustling, driving 45-minute commute to make 30% commission, and then not guaranteed that people would be loyal to me, because I could have started them on the best regimen in the world and they could go buy it on the internet the next day or go to another salesperson. But with this business, there's a little bit more intimacy and a little bit more loyalty, and you will see not only your profits increase, but your value in your career and your life purpose increase, because you're really giving to people. And that's the best way to think of sales, is that hoarding it from someone and not telling them about how great a product is isn't doing a service to your clients. So I'm going to give you a few minutes if you have any questions about it. If you're not in my network and Beauty Guide is sharing this with you, please sign up with her and ask her about the opportunity. If you know me and you know me for a long time, you know you can trust me, and I'm not going to schlep any kind of crap around. It's something I love and believe in. I just like to be honest. I'm not going to sell garbage because that would just tarnish my reputation. I love what I do, and I really enjoy the time freedom to choose what kind of day I'm going to have each day. So I'm searching, giving you a few minutes just to see if anyone has questions about it. And yeah, it's always weird when you're waiting for questions, kind of like staring into space. I could go on and on, but I don't want to make the video too long. Sometimes I get on these tangents and I feel like I'm just talking. But, I mean, if nothing else, there's really not much to lose, because who wouldn't love to have this compact things in their kit? And the other exciting thing that's happening is that we're going to have a Z palette, so it's going to become even more compact and even more beautiful than it is now. Our version of a Z palette is going to fit 20 eyeshadows. You can fit your, oh, finally we have a question. So Annabelle is asking, what is the initial investment? So the initial investment after tax and shipping, because I don't like to just say $169 because that's not the whole story, it's about $180. And what that comes with is it comes with one foundation, and you can kind of choose what depth skin you are. Are you fair, light, medium, deep? And then it comes with 3 lips. It comes with our perfect eyeliner pen, a mascara. It comes with our a full skincare regimen. So you will get either the kind of the full skincare regimen with the oily or the dry skin. You'll get either a scrub or a mask. You'll get the moisturizer. You'll get the Must Do, which has helichrysum in it. It's a really great essential oil product. Love it. You also will get, I'm trying to think of it, the packaging is really pretty. You get 3 powder products. So that's usually a setting powder, maybe 2 bronze or a bronzer and a blush. It's 3 different types of powder products in a palette, and the palette will come in like a thinner version of this. And then what a lot of beauty guides do and have seen a lot of success is they just start with that first kit and unbox it and talk about like what their reason is for joining, how they like the products, and do kind of a quick review. But there's a lot of people who are able to start selling before their kit even comes and even just make a living off of what's in their kit. Now, I will be 100% honest and tell you when I invested in it, I wanted to do more than that because I wanted to grow quickly. So for me, initially I bought almost all of the lips. I probably spent about $500 on top of that. But the thing is when you hit your first 1,000, you earn a lot of free products. So your first 1,000, you earn, your commission goes from 20 to 25%, and then you earn $150 in free products. Then on top of that, if you don't have someone hostessing a party for you, you can take the hostess rewards for yourself, which are 5% over 500. So between all the fast starts that I hit, and there's different tiers of it, I was able to buy almost everything through hostess rewards and through fast starts. And then this month, which they're not a company that puts kits on sale or does any type of foolery to get you to buy it, they have more fast starts. They like incentivize you further. So on top of the fast starts, for every $100 you sell, you earn an additional $20 in free product. So that's pretty exciting. And then for me, the first month, I did some investing, but my month in December, which was my best month where I sold 8,000, that was pure profits. That was pure product orders, had nothing to do with me inflating my own commission by buying products, which is pretty exciting. So if you have the opportunity and the money to invest and you're a makeup artist, you're going to use it anyway, it just makes sense to buy more to kind of get moving quicker, because the more products you have to sell, the better it is. And then I'm going to flip around and show you this really quick. This is the routine mirrors, and I'm sure if you have any friends who are beauty guides, you've seen this before. But this is glam core lighting, and so we have our own professional lighting that we sell, which is really exciting and unique from other companies. And I'm going to go like that just so you can see how bright it is. So I have one. I plan on buying 2 because they're super thin. It's like the width of an iPad, and so it's really easy to transport. This is for my phone, so this is great if you do tutorials or live videos. But there's also a magnifying mirror that snaps on here. So this is magnetic and it comes off easily. So that's a great tool. And not only is it good for makeup artists, but it's also good for personal clients. So for a lot of people that travel, they like to take this into hotels. For weddings, it's really nice. And although all of us makeup artists love the makeup light, this is a quick, fast, easy solution. Especially if you're on a itty bitty trailer or you don't have a lot of room in a hotel room, that it's a really nice option. Did that help, Annabelle? If you're still here, I've been talking so much I wouldn't blame you for leaving. But if you have questions, let me know. So this is definitely not the type of company, and Amber, yes, you need to get the product. And thank you for your sweet compliments. But this isn't the type of company that you just sign up for the kit and you're done. For one, we do have a website fee. It's $9.99 a month, which isn't much, but it's definitely important for you to, do it. Don't just buy it for the kit. Like, that's not the type of people I want on my team. Go find someone else, because I want people who really want to do the business. Over time, what is the maximum percentage payout you can make, and do you have to build a team to really make money? Excellent question. So I'm saying this not to brag, but just to show. So for a lot of companies, what happens is you get kind of stuck. If you're at this position, you have to be like 3 different promotions before you can make money on your downline and before you can do anything. And anyone who's just starting out can't make much money. But the way this is, I could make someone make more than someone who's above me based on how much I personally sell. So it still encourages you. You can't just get to a certain promotion and sit back and you're done. So the minimum, and you don't have the, you can still be part of Limelight without doing the minimum, but if you want to get paid, the minimum is $300 a month, which is very easy to do. My average sale is between 3 and 500, so pretty easy to get. But if so, your commission rate, if you're starting out and you're just a beauty guide, is 25%. Beauty guides and training, it's 20%. However, if you just have great sales by yourself without having a team, if you just hit 4,000, your commission rate jumps to 35%. And so that's what I did in my first 2 months. My first month I sold $5,000, and my second month I sold $8,000. And so in my second month, as just a beauty guide without any fancy title, I had the highest personal retail volume for the entire company, which is pretty exciting. And of course, there's people with teams that sold, $100,000, $1 million in a month, but they have a team. So yes, so just from selling 8,000, I made 35% of that, and that was my commission. So you can do the math and figure out what my commission check was. And that was very little time. It was for doing habits like posting videos of tutorials. It was for private lessons. And the great thing about that is, if you're a makeup artist, you should still charge for your services. I don't advise that I'm just doing this and hoping people buy products. We have lots of experience, so I charge for lessons, I charge for makeup applications and weddings like I always have, but now people will buy the products and I will get 35% commission instead of 3% commission. So everybody wins and the products are amazing. So what's wonderful is I still have my services. And then because so many people were used to shopping with me for just products for free, I didn't want them to feel like they couldn't see me without paying for things. So I offer free shopping appointments, and those still, I set the hours for them, because it's really important to have boundaries. So shopping appointment could be someone coming by and it's a brief appointment and I color match them. They can try on lipsticks. They can play with the colors themselves. So that way that people that want to try the products but maybe they don't need a lesson, they don't have money for a lesson, they still have options to try the products without feeling that they have to pay for something. So that has worked well for me. And then I build the boundaries into my business. So I say when the shop is open. So I'll post on Facebook or reach out to people and say, well, this week, while my kids are in school, on these days, I'm available from 12 to 3. And so I think that's important when you're doing a business, is to treat it like a business and decide when you want to be open, when you want to be closed, what your rates are, and what type of parties you're going to do. Because, I like to work backwards too with it. So as I've been having people approach me this month with a team, I ask them backwards, like, okay, what kind of business do you want to do? What do you enjoy doing? Because if you don't enjoy doing lives, you're going to miss out because it's a great opportunity, but you're don't have to. If you don't want to do home parties, you don't have to. You can create whatever kind of business you want. I'm a leader, not a boss. So if you're on my team, I'll match your efforts. If you're hustling, I will invest myself into you, but I also want people that are going to reciprocate. I'm not going to spend a lot of time training someone who isn't doing any work. So that's some of my advice. But okay, so back to the maximum profit question. And I still am learning the comp plan, but it's not that hard. So the commission rate, let's just say its average is like 2%. But then as you grow and you develop, then your downline, you can get 8% commission on it. So you can do the math. If you know a lot of pro artists and you know a lot of estheticians, then just do what I'm doing right now and share the opportunity. And if you're making money and you're successful, and then they can decide what they want to do with it. Do they want to build a team? Then build a team. Do you want to just do it for $500? Make $500. Do you want to keep tripling your income like I plan to do? Join me and do what I do. There's so many ways to success and to make it fun. So I really enjoy doing these lives now, and at first they were really intimidating, but now it's kind of just like hanging out with my friends and having a conversation. I love doing private lessons, and I in particularly love working with, and I hate the term, they need to come up with a better term. My friend Jill and I were talking about it, but women who are 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, women who are, let's call them sophisticated women. We have some lines from experience, and they're sometimes underrepresented. But I love to work with those clients in private lessons, and that's my niche, and I enjoy it. I like doing some parties, not too many. I'm picky. I want to make sure that the parties I do are with people that I really enjoy doing with it, because I don't want my time wasted, and I want to make sure I'm having fun. So I think if you go into each month and you go into the business saying, working backwards and say, who do I want to be? What do I want this business to do for me? How much do I want to make? Then you hit those goals. My first month I said I'm going to sell $4,000 and I sold 5. Then the next month I sold 8,000. This month maybe I'll sell 20. It's possible. But the point is that I'm having fun doing it, and I still have my space, and I'm making money for my services. I have time to do production, and I have time for my family and time for my hobbies, which is important to me. And I don't have to commute when I don't want to. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm having fun with it. What about, and if you're watching, I can email it to you if you forgot, but it's dreamteamsite.com. So if you go to the dreamteamsite.com, it will show you videos and it'll break down the compensation plan, and it'll give you all the information you want to know about the products. And then once you are a beauty guide and you join my team, or you join team with another beauty guide, you'll get a password to it if you're part of the Dream Team, and there's tons of trainings. And that's what I like about it, is I'm a fast learner, and I don't want to do calls. To me, those are really dated. I'm not really into jumping on an 800 number. So I like that we're modern. We do a lot of Facebook Live trainings. We have a website that you can use. So there's so many resources, and those are the type of people that I want to work with. I want someone who's resourceful, who will look up I'll give you the tools to do what you need to do, but I want someone who's going to meet me halfway. Because I'm a busy person, and I don't want to do anyone on my team a disservice by enabling you and doing all the work for you. So the tools are there for anyone who wants to learn. You can learn about product knowledge, you can learn about direct selling, you can learn about the compensation plan, you can get ideas from other beauty guides, and you can build relationships. And that's probably one of the most surprising things is I have a lot of friends. I'm a happy person. I wasn't joining this because I felt like I had some hole in my life and I needed, searching for something at this point. And what pleasantly surprised me is the culture of the company and how much I just love the people that I've met through Limelight. There's such a sisterhood and brotherhood, because we have some men, and we have fun, and it's positive people. They're creative. I'm picking up different makeup tips, different selling tips, fun ideas. So that's been a gift in and of itself. Just the people that I've met across the country who are doing what I do, and just watching their videos. And it's cool to see people. There's people who are just makeup enthusiasts. There's people who are moms. There's people who are from all walks of life having fun with it. So that's been kind of the icing on the cake that I wasn't even looking for. Yeah. So I'll wait to see Annabelle or if anybody else has some questions. But definitely, Annabelle, I would recommend you going on the dreamteamsite.com to watch the compensation plan, because it spells it out clearly and it'll show you all of the opportunities. Yes, so there are trip incentives, and I'm so new. I've been doing this for 2 months that I really don't even know how you win a trip exactly. I know there's a point system with it. So embarrassingly enough, if there's any other beauty guys watching, please answer how you earn trips, because at this rate, I know I'll be earning some. I just don't know how I do it. I know some of them have to do with personal retail volume. They have to do with sponsoring and other things. But they also do a lot of cool training and development. So along with having training and development with Facebook Lives, we also have training and development in person. So in May, we have a Michigan meetup, which is exciting. That's going to be, I think, right around May 19th. And then in July, I kind of blocked off a time where I'm not accepting brides because everyone's headed to Austin, Texas for a huge party. I can only imagine what that's going to be like. I've always wanted to go to Austin. I've been to other areas of Texas. And we're going to all meet up there and have a huge training. And for anyone who's been to them and you're watching my feed, comment and talk about it. So, Annabelle, I'll have to get back with you on how to win trips and incentives. But that site has been such a good resource for me. And that's what's great, too. Even if you're someone who, I didn't go into this thinking I was going to build a team. But if you do want to build a team, the work's done for you. So, I'm very blessed that the person who's my upline is Lindsay Colomb, and she's a platinum director. She's someone who makes well over double 6 figures, and she's only 2 people above me. And her team of directors and people have created the training for us, and made the work easy. So let's say you start doing it, Annabelle, and you're making good money, and I know we share a big network together. I know you're friends with a lot of pros, and people start asking you questions about what you're doing. Well, it'll be really easy. People are going to ask you to join their team, which is happening to me. Some people are coming out of the woodwork in the last few weeks and asking to join my team. So the website is dreamteamsite.com. Dream Team, and it's right below. Carrie just answered for me too. So go on it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer it for you. If you're interested in joining my team, I'd love to have you, but I also understand if you know someone personally that you would feel more comfortable with. I'm always very respectful. But honestly, like that's the secret to it is the more passionate and successful you are, you hit a tipping point too. You know, like I felt like I would have to, like if I wanted to build a team, it would be uncomfortable and I'd have to convince people to join. And now I'm at the point where people are asking to join me because they see I'm having fun and they want to do what you do. So, you know, I could see it very easily you being a leader if you chose to be. Yeah. And I think that someone who's into just personal self-development and who works hard and has a good vision will be successful. So, any more questions? Let me know. I'm just going to sip water. I gotta stay hydrated. But yeah, even if you just had questions on the products, it's just foolproof. And I think too, because we've worked with brands like Graftobian, RCMA, Ket, we're familiar with those, we know what's special about them. And so it's easier for us to sell them to not only ourselves, but to other artists, because we understand things like color theory. We understand why having a concealer like this and like these will be able to color and conceal tattoo, where using something over the counter just isn't going to do the same thing. Well, if that's it, thank you for joining me. Like I said, it's shareable. So if you're from a different network and someone's watching this and you're a makeup artist, the person who shared with you should talk to them about the opportunity. If you're watching this and you don't know a beauty guide and you're interested, please reach out to me. I would love to have you on my team, but only if you have a good attitude. So if you don't, pack your bags and join someone else's team. But all kidding aside, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I thank you for joining me. Bye.